Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT Season 2, Episode 13. We have 3 pre-show matches for you tonight. As always, we're going to run through them very quickly because they are booked for momentum purposes only. Let's get straight into the action. Alright, in the opening match, Madison Rayne and Velvet Sky defeated Athena and Evie in 6.5 minutes when Velvet Sky defeated Evie by pinfall with a double knee backbreaker. We then had American Alpha defeat Shoot Nation in 8 minutes when Chad Gable defeated Sultan Four by pinfall. We also had Blake and Murphy Factor interfere. And we had Candice LeRae defeat Alexa Bliss in 5 minutes with the moonsault. So, let's go ahead and get right into the action for tonight. The camera rolls showing Renee Young and Corey Graves welcoming the NXT fans to the show tonight. And about that featured great action and average heat, Neville defeated Nick Jackson in 15 minutes via pinfall with a surprise roll-up. After the match is over, Neville has won via quick pinfall. Matt Jackson hops into the ring and the two begin to beat up Neville. The Young Bucks of the Balor Club are laying it into Adrian Neville. The Young Bucks pick up Neville and hit a double super kick, laying him out. The duo stand over them until Neville's friend Hideo Itami sprints to the ring. As he hits the ring and clothesline the Young Bucks twice, he hits a double dropkick, sending them flying over the top ropes into the floor where Doc Gallows had just happened to be making his way out to help lift them to their feet. Neville looks to Itami and they shake each other's hands, and the Young Bucks and Doc Gallows of the Balor Club look on. So basically building to a Neville and Hideo Itami versus Balor Club tag team title match at NXT Takeover. Alright, now the camera picks up backstage as Mr. NXT is talking to William Regal. Ryder never faced anyone outside of a one-on-one NXT Television Championship match, and you said you refused to defend, and you have since been said to refuse your title on a bi-weekly basis like Ryder, so I'm just stacking them all at once. Mr. NXT is frustrated. I'm not defending my title in a triple threat tonight, says Mr. NXT. You're right. It's now a fatal four-way. The crowd erupts into cheers. No way! A five-way. Regal cut. A six-pack over-the-top rope battle royal for the NXT Championship now is booked in the main event. I suggest you get out of my office. Mr. NXT now looks pissed but leaves. Massive NXT television title match tonight. It went from a triple threat to a six-pack over-the-top rope battle royal. Mr. NXT will not even have to be pinned to potentially lose his championship. Alright, an extremely short match. Adam Rose made his return, defeating Blake in 3.5 minutes via pinfall with a snapmare driver after a distraction from the American Alphas. So Adam Rose returns to NXT television this week, defeating Blake. After the match, though, Murphy with Alexa Bliss run down to the ring as Adam Rose celebrates. Gable and Jordan walk up the ramp laughing as they're causing Blake to lose. Payback's a bitch. Turnabout's fair play as the Blake and Murphy factor, the Blake-Alexa Murphy factor, have been causing American Alpha some headaches as of late, and they got their revenge this time around. Next week, thy kingdom come. So finally, the debut of whoever this is next week. Bayley now is seen walking into Regal's office. Thank you for coming to see me, the fancier. Yeah, of course, says Bayley. The fancier again as Regal begins in. At Ladies' Night, I have a very special opponent for you, Brie Bella. I reached out to Stephanie, and she said she'd be glad to send her to NXT for the evening. You guys can really go at it. It's not what you wanted, I know, to be fighting for the Queen of the Ring and #1 contendership spot, which is basically 4 singles matches, or 4 single matches, or 3 single matches, which is going to lead to a fatal four-way or triple threat match to be called the Queen of the Ring and get the #1 contendership, but it's a nice purse, I think. Bayley looks upset but gets it. Understood, Regal. I've been on a losing streak as of late. Thanks for thinking of me still. The scene ends with Bayley happy she's booked against Brie, so that's going to be a big match for Bayley. Now in a match of good action and average heat, Gargano and Ciampa defeated Drew McIntyre and Tyler Breeze in 6 minutes when Gargano defeated Drew McIntyre by pinfall with a fast roll-up. Gargano and Ciampa upset Drew McIntyre and Tyler Breeze here on NXT this week, and it absolutely came out of nowhere. Gargano and Ciampa with a huge victory. Bo Dallas returns to action next week. And we just find out, says Renee Young, that in 3 weeks from tonight, Big Cass, Colin Cassidy, going one-on-one with Albert. Albert stepping up for William Regal, and after a few weeks, as he said he's going to do, he's going to give Cassidy a taste of his own medicine, I think, Renee. And to the main event. And about that featured great action and average heat, Mr. NXT defeated Hideo Itami, Jay Lethal, Sami Zayn, Sin Cara, and Baron Corbin in a 6-man Battle Royal match in 18 minutes. Hideo Itami, Baron Corbin, Sin Cara, that's not supposed to be, Sin Cara was supposed to be last. Anyways, pretend Sin Cara is last. Either way, Mr. NXT makes defense number 3 of the NXT Television Championship. After the match is over, though, Mr. NXT is handed the NXT Television Championship in the middle of the ring. Sin Cara, the last to be eliminated, is laying on the outside despite his victory. Mr. NXT looks pissed. Mr. NXT rolls out and nails Sin Cara in the head with the NXT Television Championship, but as the fans are beginning to boo loudly at Mr. NXT. Mr. NXT then drops to his knees and begins to unlace and take off Sin Cara's mask. But out of nowhere from the back runs Sin Cara's partner from the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto, who sends Mr. NXT flying to the ringside steps. Kalisto now grabs Mr. NXT and slams him into the steps again, and then sprints over to Sin Cara, holding his shoulder tightly. He appears to be a little hurt. Sin Cara pulls his mask down, having luckily been able to keep it on and saved by Kalisto, who has just debuted here in NXT. The fans start to stand up and chant "Lucha, Lucha" as the pair hug. The fans start up the Lucha, Lucha, Lucha chant as the two pair hug, and the referee is trying to wake up Mr. NXT to hand him his NXT Money in the Briefcase and NXT Television title as NXT fades. Kalisto has returned to NXT, has debuted in NXT, saving Sin Cara from being demasked. So the three masked wrestlers in NXT this week. Not a great way to end the show with a 50 rating, but either way, Kalisto debuts, Sin Cara takes the loss, Mr. NXT makes his third NXT title defense, and that's it for NXT this week. So let's see what our rating is. We do not have enough interesting storylines going on. Go figure. I have, for the life of this promotion, been running 7-8 promotions that are freaking floating between 52 and 65. So, right below that threshold again. Anyways, guys, this was NXT Season 2, Episode 13. Thanks for watching. We'll have more tomorrow.